I want to share something with you here in this beautiful community. Today, I spent some time studying in Psalm 73. And in the beginning of the psalm, David was singing God's praises because David had been observing how God's love was all over the children of Israel. He was just saying how you love them, God. I'm watching how you love them. You take care of them. And immediately after the praise, David began to ask God, why is it that those who are of the world, who do not believe in the God of heaven, who blaspheme your name, the wicked ones, they seem to flourish, they seem to thrive, but your righteous ones don't seem to be thriving in the ways that I am watching the wicked ones thrive. And how many of us have asked God that? God, why is it that I'm over here trying to figure this out and figure that out? Why isn't I'm not getting my husband? Why am I not getting the wife that I've been praying for? Some women and men are, trying to birth babies into this world, trying to conceive. People are really wanting their finances to expand. People are wanting new homes and new cars and for their businesses to thrive. And so we all know what we've been petitioning God for. And just like David, we ask those same questions. I know I have, and I have to be transparent. I have said to God before, God, I'm doing all that I can. I am attempting at every step of this path to live a life righteous for you, for me, for the world. I've been doing my healing. And there's some things that I've been wanting to call in. I've had those conversations with God. I don't know about you. I may be the only one. But anyway, I'm going to go forward. And so David was really concerned about this. He really wanted, some answers from God, some guidance on how is this? They have all of their jewelries and their rubies and all of their adornments. They're living life lavishly, kind of the same way what we do in this modern world. We're looking at Hollywood stars who don't talk about God. They feel like there is no God, there is no higher source, there is no Jesus, there was no Redeemer. But they get a chance to live this lavish life, what looks like a lavish life, right? And so in this passage, David speaks about him going into the sanctuary of God. And so when David is speaking about a sanctuary of God, he's not talking about a building. He's talking about his heart. The sanctuary of God is our heart. We can go into our heart and speak to God. That's where God lives, is in our heart. And so once he went into the heart, God began to minister to him, saying that I can pluck them out at any time. They speak wicked on the earth. They speak against the heavens, and I can take them out at any time. And that's essentially what God did. He showed David that he can take them out at any time. And even in our modern day world, there are people who are perishing. Not that that's what we desire to happen with them, but God has said that I will make your enemies your footstool. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. And so what came up for me in this entire passage in my meditation, I was just like, out of all of the things that we go to God and pray about, all of the things that we desire for ourselves, is God enough though? If God never changes our situation, if God never allows you to conceive, if God never brings your spouse, if God never heals your body, if God never increases your business, will He be enough? And it's not to say that He's not going to do that, right? God's desires are also your desires. Your desires are also God's desires. But can we get to a point that if God never does any of those things, is He enough? And I encourage you to sit with that in your heart. If my life remains the same, is my Father enough?